If you're a business owner, there's a good chance that you have a million things on your to-do list and you're trying to keep up with it all and trying to manage it all and trying to make sure nothing's going missing. And then you also are trying to do the same thing for all your team, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you a simple but powerful project management tool that I use and I help other business owners use to help keep everything going. It's really simple. You'll love it. You'll be able to implement it right by the end of this video. My name's Aaron Hughes. I'm the co-founder of Food Dog Group. Let's dive into this tool and what to do to manage everything you've got. So look, you're a business owner. You have so many things you need to do, right? There's the things you need to do that are just the bare minimum of projects, just the bare minimum to keep generating leads, keep converting those leads into customers, and keep delivering your service or product to your customers. And then there's all the things that you wish you could do or want to do to grow your business. And then somewhere in there, you also have to manage your whole team to make sure they're doing all the things that they need to be doing as well. And it's a lot. And when I talk to business owners, I often find that they're like busy and overwhelmed and scattered, just trying to keep everything, all the things moving, right? Like juggling a whole bunch of balls all at once, and it's challenging. And so I built a very, very simple system that I use in my business and I help other business owners implement in theirs. It is not complicated. You can add things to it and change it around if you need to, but I'm going to give you the most simple version of it to manage your projects and your team's projects. And here it is. Get yourself a spreadsheet, like a Google Sheet's really good. You can do it like on your computer or on a piece of paper too. But I think putting it in a Google Sheet makes a lot of sense because then other people can get in there too and look at it. So get yourself a spreadsheet and then create 3 columns. That's it, just 3. Column A is what to do. Column B is by whom. And column C is by when. What to do, by whom, by when. And then just list all of your projects in column A. So column A is, generate leads, it's create an ad, it's, whatever the project is, jump on sales calls with clients, all those things. Column A is what the thing is that needs to get done. Column B is by whom, who needs to do that thing. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's another team member, whatever. And then column C is by when. When does it need to get done? And just start listing those things out. And if you put aside time in an evening or on a weekend and just list everything, like a brain dump on this document, you're going to see some amazing things. You're going to be like, oh, well, there's a whole bunch of things to do. There's a whole bunch of, by whom, who needs to do that, and by when. But you're going to notice some things too. There's going to be gaps. I don't know who is doing that. Or I don't have a clear idea of when that thing needs to be done, right? So that's kind of one thing. You're going to notice other things too. Maybe your name appears in column B way more than it should, and that's why you're feeling overwhelmed. And then there's other things too you can notice too. Like this is really vague. I don't know, it's hard to really say what the action is here in column A for this one task. Or this is ongoing, but what is the actual task that needs to happen? So filling this out gives you a great big picture of all the tasks that need to happen in your business. And then keep filling it out, keep adding, because over time you're going to be like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that, we got to do this, we got to do that, and create a great big list. Like you will probably have hundreds of tasks in here, and that's okay. Because even though it might seem overwhelming, at least it's in one place, and then you can do something about it. And then the question is, what can you do about it? Well, you can make sure that there is a by who filled out in each column B, and try to not have it be you. Give it to other people. And then in column C, you can make sure there is a very clear date on when things need to be done. So fill it out. Make sure there's no gaps. Everything's filled out. There's clear by who, by when. And then just start running your company with that spreadsheet. You open it up every morning and you check it out. Is this being done? Is this being done? Is this being done? Is this on time? How is this? Now, there's other things you can do with this spreadsheet that will help to expand its value to you and your organization. And so if the only thing you do is those 3 things, column A, column B, column C, then you're good. You're well on the way. But let me share with you a couple other slightly more advanced strategies that you can optionally do in this to help you. And so one strategy would be to put in another column in there that's a priority column. So which is the most important priorities? Which are the second most important? Which are the third most? I like using like priority A, B, C. I try not to have too many more letters than that, but priority A, priority B, priority C would be like, the A's need to happen first, right? The B's need to happen second. The C's need to happen third. Don't work on C until all the B is done. Don't work on the B's until all of the A is done. So that kind of thing. Another strategy that you can do is if you have a lot of big projects that are like complex, but they're only like, it's hard to understand the complexity in the one line, or if you have lots of people working on a project, well, you can expand it out. So you can use the same spreadsheet, but one of the projects now has subtasks in it. So the column A, the what to do, is the main project, and then a series of subtasks with column B and C, just changing the names and by when. So you can actually kind of, in some ways, explode out a row of a project into multiple rows in order to kind of manage what's going on. And then the third thing that's really useful is if you color code red, yellow, green. Green meaning everything's going great, it's on track, that's awesome. Yellow meaning it seems to be going okay, I have some concerns. And red meaning it's stalled, it's broken, I need to jump in there and really kind of roll up my sleeves and solve it. And of course the goal is to keep everything green and just keep things running, but red, yellow, green allows you to manage that a bit. The other thing I really like doing with this spreadsheet is to invite in other people into it. Now, it depends on the information you have in the spreadsheet. If you have really sensitive information, like projects that you don't want to roll out to the team, you don't want the team to know about it, maybe you need to manage who has access to this, but this is why I like it in a Google Doc. If you can share access with it, you should do so. I'd suggest that you as an owner are in there looking at it every single day, but your leadership team is the one who's managing things and saying, okay, we need to be doing this. This is by who, this is by when. And you're just watching those things change in real time. You're watching the things flash, turn to green, some things turn to red, and then you're able to jump in if you need. So those are some ways that I use a spreadsheet. I have that type of spreadsheet. I don't use a Google Doc. I use a different software, but you can just start in a Google Sheet, Google spreadsheet inside the kind of Google Drive program, and you can build it out like tomorrow, share it with your team, and get started. It's that simple and that easy. So don't get caught up in which software should you use, which column should you use. Just start with 3 columns in Google Sheets, list it all out, and just start running your business that way. It will make things so much easier and clearer. And you may feel totally overwhelmed as you're filling it out, but that's okay. The overwhelm is just like you're already maybe feeling overwhelmed, but pulling it all together gives you a step toward clarity, So you might be like, it's overwhelming to look at this giant list. But that's okay, because now you're one step closer to clarity on what needs to happen, by who, by when, and then just start running your business with it. It will profoundly transform how you feel that you're in control of your projects, and that's really a key as an owner, is feeling in control of the projects that are happening in your business, and then to see this kind of bird's eye view of how things are going and be able to dive into the right things. All right, everyone, I hope that was helpful. I'll probably talk more about this in the future, because I love this spreadsheet as a tool to use in business, especially that everyone can kind of get a view and align. So stay tuned for more videos on that. All right, everyone, have an amazing day. See you on the next video.